Welcome back, everybody. We're to another Shadowrun Let's Play. Darkfold is here. Oh well. Anyway, so we have to go upstairs and actually talk to, well, not talk to, investigate a room, but I do want to talk to Noog because I didn't talk to him before, so. Covered in glowing magical talismans and fetishes, the troll does not seem fully of this world. He mumbles to himself constantly, apparently participating in several conversations at once, but with entities you can neither see nor hear. Mutter. I told you it's not like that at all. Mutter. Bring me proof and you shall have it. Mutter. I am honored, your majesty. Mutter. That was why I said to use mustard instead of ketchup. Mutter. Forgive me, Jean. I was a fool. As in Jean Grey, Wolverine. Well, maybe he's Wolverine reincarnated. He looks you in the eye, his other conversations on hold. You may peruse my magical wares and see their glory. I would like to view your wares. If I actually had spellcasting, this might be good. The heal wounds would be interesting. Armor. Alright, well. Haste. Well, that's pretty good. Well, anyway. Johnny Clean. Let's talk to him. The man is dressed like a janitor, but is wearing unusually clean overalls. He's tall, rail thin, and has a cunning look in his eye that says he's more than just a maintenance man. Howdy. Name's Johnny Clean. You new? I am. I imagine you've seen all sorts of things in a place like this, eh? True, quite true. I keep my mouth shut about it, too. That's the secret of keeping a job here, and staying alive in general. Gotta work. See you around. So he's gotta have something from my room, I bet you. Okay, which room is it? Well, I can't hack the panel, so... Hack the panel! Panel. Let's see. Nothing in here. Cleaning? Cleaning? Well, this is definitely her room, so... Can we take a look at the others? Why would they let me in here? Something I do want to change real quick is the settings on the speed in which these tooltips go away. Let's go normal, because it's hard for me to read them. Looks like Coyote keeps her clothes in boxes on the floor. Still goes away really fast. Frame painting a Chicago skyline done in stylized silhouette. The stand is littered with action movies and cigarette butts. The bed. Coyote's bed has a diary with several papers sticking out of it. Open the first paper. There's a receipt stuck between the pages and a diary entry. Inspect the receipt. A receipt for a Browning Max Power pistol from Gin Park downstairs with a note saying how big guns on hot women turn her on. Read the diary entry. I came back from my shift to find 4 of Paco's goons sleeping on our apartment floor. It's getting fragging ridiculous. I want to be with him, with the real Paco, but this Cutter Drek keeps messing everything up. I love him, but he's totally different with the gang. It's how I make cash, baby, he always says. I try to tell him he doesn't need the cash. I can support us both with what I make at the Seamstresses Union. But he still goes out on these runs. With these bozos all over my floor, I feel like he's just seeing how far he can push me before I kick him out. I try to be patient, but why does it have to be all one way? As soon as the last cutter was out the door, I lost it. I told him if he ever pulled that trick like that again, that he would be sleeping in the alley. Of course, he begged and pleaded with me, telling me it wouldn't happen again. I don't want to deal with this anymore, but I don't want him to leave. He's the reason I got through all that stuff last year, got my bartending license, got this apartment and this life. I know he cares about me and loves me more than his involvement with the Cutters. I just wish I could slice out that gang from our life together, slice out the fear that comes along with it. Flip to a different page. Second, the paper has a handwritten poem on it and a diary entry. Read the poem. Let's just say that Paco should stick to guns and motorcycles and leave the poetry to others. Sometimes it seems like Paco reads my mind or my diary. Maybe he does the latter. I wouldn't be surprised. Hi, Paco! Ever since last week, he hasn't mentioned the Cutters once. He leaves the apartment with a "see you in a few hours, babe," and returns later without comment. I don't know if it's really going to help for us to avoid the subject in conversation completely, but I have felt better without our constant arguing about it. The last 2 nights, I've come home from work to Paco waiting up for me, slouching on the old dumpster couch with a novel 4 inches from his face. I imagine that as I turn the key in the door, he perks up and makes himself look especially studious from when I get the door open. He seems superficially surprised to see me, but I love this little act. Page 3. There is a receipt and an old photograph stuck between the pages. Let's look at the picture. The picture shows a young girl with caramel skin and dark brown hair. She has a snake wrapped around her arm, yet she is smiling. The back of the photograph has "Shadow" scrawled on it. Look at the receipt. A COD receipt for a special order of 5 pounds of zebra meat from Mari's Meat Emporium, located near Pike Place Market. Another page. There was no diary entry there. That's interesting. Fourth. A receipt for a wall safe installed near the bathroom door set to a combination of 342436. I'm guessing that is her measurements. Put the diary back down. Input the code. It opens up. Send the grenade to my stash. Wherever that is. Oh. Let's check the computer. Coyote's computer is ancient, probably fished it out of a junkyard. It doesn't even have a data jack, and the cracked display is covered with fingerprints. Tapping the keyboard causes the dust-caked fans to spin up, only to display on screen password. Without the password, the only other button on screen is a password recovery option. Well, let's try to recover it. Oh. First childhood pet. It's going to be the snake. I originally thought it was the girl that was named Shadow, but it's probably the snake. And she was the girl. Your favorite musical act. I read her diaries. I don't remember that. Let's try Maria Mercurial. What is the name of your hometown? Well, it's going to be Chicago, I bet. Okay, maybe not. Well, let's take a look at the diary again real quick and see if we can... Okay. Maybe I just didn't remember it. The receipt. No. Flip to a different page. 2. There's got to be something else I'm not seeing then. Boxes. Chicago. Shadow's definitely her pet's name. But I didn't see any other reference to any of the other items. Let's try and investigate more. Maybe somebody else can tell me some stuff. Alright. Okay, yeah. Do you know what city Coyote is from? Not to sound like I don't care about the girl, but I never thought to ask. Just assumed she was from around here. You know her favorite band? Indeed I do. She plays her Starfire records so loud you can hear them down here. I've told Mr. Clue to have her turn that track down more than once. Starfire. Well, I know her pet is Shadow, but it says her real name is Gina. Do you know Paco? He's a ganger, a member of the Cutters. He's a good kid in a nasty line of work. I warned Coyote against getting too attached to that type. They don't live long. Have you heard of Maury's Meat Emporium? Her face twists in disgust. No, I am vegetarian. Did you know Jen Park sold Coyote a gun recently? I'd be more surprised if she hadn't. Bouncers can deal with most of the troublemakers, but around here you need a gun just to take the trash out to the dumpster. So somebody else has got to know. Noog? Do you know anything about Coyote? No, apparently not. Okay, who would? Oh, that girl, I bet. Who's Jen Parks? Okay, maybe she'll know, maybe. Did you sell Browning Max Power to Coyote, the bartender? Hey guy, I'm discreet. I don't talk about my clients or what they buy. Bad for biz. However, I'm sure she would recommend me if she was a customer, which I'm not saying she is. She can't recommend you if she's dead. Did she say anything about why she wanted it? All she said was that she was looking for stopping power. Ease back on the drama. Need some hardware? No. Let's talk to Eric then, I guess. Extra outfits? No. I don't know what city she's from. There's a lot to brute force out of that. I'm guessing it's Chicago. Maybe the only thing I got wrong was the band. Let's go. Let's just give it a shot. I mean, because Chicago skyline, I mean, why else would you have that? Shadow, pet answer, favorite act, Starfire, city, Chicago. Oh, yep. The computer has a basic list of applications, calendar, contacts, and access history. Let's take a look at the calendar. 3 days ago, meet with Delilah about gig. Today, meet Paco for date at Pike Place Market due in 30 minutes. Probably has something to do with the zebra meat, I guess. Contacts. Coyote's contact list has exactly one entry, someone named Paco, her boyfriend. There is no comlink number or other contact information for him available. This does not seem like a very useful list of contacts. Alright, let's access history. A quick scan of her recent searches shows that Coyote has been reading a great deal about hellhounds. It also suggests more than a casual interest in vintage action figures. Hellhounds. Corporate security is usually, lately, have been using hellhounds on their higher floors for magical security to prevent people from evading them with active camouflage or invisibility spell. So my guess is she's planning something radical. Alright, Miss Kabuta. Coyote has a date with Paco at Pike Place Market in the next half hour. If you would go down there, it would bring me peace of mind. I'll grab a cab for you. Should be able to get you there in time. Gambate kudasai. Good luck. Alright. Well, I guess this is pointing to my indication of where I need to go next. Take that cab? Yep, let's go. Pike Place Market. You catch a cab from Touristville to Pike Place Market in a mercifully quiet ride that takes you from probably going to be mugged to probably going to pay too much for your drinks. Compared to the urban wasteland of the Barrens, the downtown area is filled with modern buildings, lighted streets, and unbarred shops, all living beneath the shadows of massive corporate arcologies. For many, these arcologies are home. For others, they're hulking monuments to where the world went wrong. Famous for its fishmongers, Pike Place Market has been around since the early 1900s, overlooking the bay. Now it's a market for all things, legal and illegal. A melting pot of the haves and the haves and have-nots. Even though most of the shops are closed, the sights, sounds, and smells of the market hit you from the moment you step out of the cab. Haves. Jeez. All right. Let's talk to Patrick. A handsome young man turns away from the crowd and fixes you with full, completely undivided attention. Sir, you are a beautiful elf, but you could be so much more. That sounds great. Tell me more. Wonderful. The Universal Brotherhood is a family encompassing all metahuman sexes and sexualities. We all strive to be the very best we can, to live more fulfilled, happy, and productive lives, and to support each other in doing so. This is the cult that Cherry Bomb's boyfriend joined. The first step is to simply come and listen. Tomorrow night, Lynn Telestrian will be speaking about the importance of family in the sixth world. Please join us tomorrow, and the secrets to a better life shall be revealed to you. He smiles and turns back to the crowd. Right. Build a better tomorrow. I'm pretty sure Waylon Yutney from the Aliens franchise and Predator franchise say building a better tomorrow. Reference perhaps. Refurbished flowers for sale. Scent juice for sale, just fab today. Good. Let's talk to this. Oh, this is Paco. Hey, my friend. See my friend around? Tall lady, dreads? The kid in front of you sports the trademark yellow of the Cutters gang. Young, clean-shaven, he stands like he owns the street and everyone on it. He seems distracted, though, glancing around with increasing agitation. He looks over as you approach. Want yourself, dandelion eater. What do you want? That's quite the insult. Wouldn't happen to be looking for a coyote, would you? It's none of your fragging business. Who the hell are you? I'm Mortimer Reed. No, let's do it. Relax, we're on the same team. I'm Mortimer Reed. I was just at the Union. Your girlfriend's gone missing, and I'm helping to find her. The tough guy swagger seems to drain out of Paco. The cutter is gone, and before you stands a kid in a yellow jacket that doesn't quite fit. Coyote's missing? Oh man, that would explain. She was supposed to meet me here over an hour ago. Look, sorry for getting in your face like that. What else do you know? If she's missing, I need to find her. Do you know a fixer named Mr. Delilah? Coyote had a meeting with him a few days ago. I know, I'm sure. Blake doesn't allow any cutters to take side gigs, though, so I got no reason to deal with him. Coyote hasn't said anything about taking new work. Wait a minute. Dreck. I know where she went. Damn, why couldn't she wait, damn it? Paco, slow down. Where did she go? The Royale Apartments. The landlord, Stevie J, runs a drug ring out of that hellhole. Coyote grew up there, doesn't like talking about it much. She's been looking for a way to settle the score with that guy for years. Might explain the gun. A few days back, I heard Mr. Delilah was looking for runners to steal some sort of item out from under Stevie J's nose. She must have taken the job. I'm sure of it. And if his thugs caught her. There's a grim determination in Paco's eyes. I'm going over there. You coming? One more thing. Coyote had a receipt for some zebra meat from a place called Maury's Meat Market. Ever heard of it? Zebra meat. What? Look, that shop's just down the block if you want to check it out, but I'm going to the Royale with or without your help. What's it going to be? I'll help you get Coyote back, but you better be able to handle yourself in a fight. Things might get ugly. Of course I know my way around a fight. Stevie J better be ready for a world of hurt. Paco curls his hand into a fist, even though he's got a bat in his hand. Now let's get going. The Royale is just a few blocks from here. Look for Coyote in the Royale Apartments. Find Maury's Meat Emporium. Okay, down the block. Where is Maury's Meat Emporium? Let's do that before we go. It's the optional. Orcs and Forks Grocery. Got dog on a stick here. Nice. Oh, there's Maury's Meat Emporium. Run by a game named Manny? Alright. The small meat stand represents an enormous diversity of dead animals. From cow and canine to exotic and paranormal, the pictures on the back of the stand feature a much older version of the man in front of you. That's weird. His pictures are older than he is? As soon as he notices Paco, the proprietor's eyes become hard and angry. What do you want? You know we can't afford more. Relax, man. My friend just has a question. Everything cool here? Yeah, everything's swell. Manny continues to stare daggers in Paco's direction. The name's Manny. Now what do you want? Do you know someone named Coyote? Nope. I don't go in much for that shaman stuff. What would someone want? Oh, that seems strange. Why would someone want to buy zebra meat? Some people eat it, but I wouldn't recommend that. Tough as nails. We mostly sell it to corpse security teams who use it to reward their hellhounds. Oh. The flamers go crazy for the stuff for some reason. That's why she wanted the meat and why she was researching hellhounds. Oh, Drek. That's why Coyote wanted zebra meat. Everybody talks about the pet hellhound Stevie J keeps locked up somewhere in the Royale. And if she never picked it up. Whatever. Anything else? I have this receipt for an order of zebra meat. Still have it for me? I'll look it up. Yeah, I got it right here. 2 days past the pickup time. Didn't think anyone was going to come for it. Here. It's all yours now. What's your problem with Paco? Why don't you ask him? What the hell is that supposed to mean? It means your gang likes to stroll through here and relieve us merchants of our nuyen. My dad stood up to them, and he's still in the hospital. Oh, so it's his dad. That's the picture. Look, that's not my problem. I'm at the bottom of the cutter ranks anyway. Couldn't do dreck about that even if I wanted to. Tell that to my dad. I don't have time for this. We need to find Coyote. You're right, Paco. Let's get going. I got the meat I needed anyway. Well, what's this all about? Somebody's dead. Pike Place murder. As your eyes adjust to the flashing lights, you spot the body of a woman dead on the pavement behind the police line. Panic spreads across Paco's face. Oh no, is that Coyote? This isn't happening. God damn it. Pull yourself together. Take a look. Is that her? Paco steps forward and breathes a huge sigh of relief. No, it's not her. Thank God. Look, let's not hang around here too long, all right? Too many Lone Star pigs around. Paco looks around at the victim again. It's too bad. Whatever happened here, I'm not going to let anything like this happen to Coyote. Let's go ahead and talk to the officer. Ripper murder. The Ripper took her eyes. Seen her at the shack. Alright, Landers. A tall, emotionless Lone Star officer blocks entry to the crime scene. Behind her, you spot the lively face of organ grinders coroner Dresden. Oh yeah. This is an active Lone Star investigation. Please step away from the barrier. I'm here to see Coroner Dresden. And who might you be? It's all right, officer. He's with me. Dresden steps up to the barrier with a warm grin. The officer looks at you with poorly concealed skepticism. Okay, then. Make it quick. Dresden? So what brings you out here, hot on the trail of the dead man's killer? Coincidence? Believe it or not, I take it I've stumbled across another Ripper murder. Yeah, that's what it looks like. As you can see, the Ripper went for the eyes this time. Pretty clean work. I gotta hand it to him. Our Ripper knows what he's doing. Or she, I suppose. What do you know about the victim? Well, not much. Dresden scratches his head absent-mindedly, probably breaking some sort of sanitation protocol. She's been dead for about 3 hours. Her name was Lucy Warden, worked at the Stuffer Shack just around the corner. Looks like she was just leaving work when it happened. Can you tell if she was subdued in some way before her eyes were removed? That's a strange thing. There don't seem to be any signs of a struggle. Not a single bruise on her body, yet she was clearly alive when the eyes were taken, died of blood loss shortly after. As to what knocked her out, I won't know until I can run some tests back at the lab. I thought you ran the Redmond franchise. Isn't Pike Place a little far from home? Yeah, well, I don't really mind the change of scenery. Dresden laughs. The coroner from downtown branch is out on maternity, so I told management that I'd cover for her on this one. Plus, I wanted this sicko caught. Any sign of magic use here? There was evidence of an unusual explosion in the alley where Sam died. Now there's an interesting thought. No, nothing obvious, though. I'm sure when McCluskey shows up, he'll call in a full magical forensics team, though, just to be sure. So, the Ripper takes Sam Watt's liver and this woman's eyes. Any theories? Trophies of some sort, I suppose? Probably of some symbolic significance to the killer. Beyond that, I couldn't speculate. That's enough questions. Thanks, Dresden. Hey, I figure if I help you out, there's a better chance to get this scumbag off the streets a little sooner. McCluskey wants the Ripper in a cell, sure, but he couldn't care less if it takes another dozen murders. Good luck out there, eh? Dresden turns back to the body, then stops. Speaking of McCluskey, you should probably get going soon before he shows up. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to this officer. Plainclothes Lone Star officer before you sports a tacky hat and a crooked grin to match. So you're the one who's working the dead man, eh? McCluskey warned us you might be sniffing around after the Ripper. Lucky for you, I got here before McCluskey. I'm Officer Aguirre. Pleased to meet you. Now, seeing as this crime scene is going nowhere fast, what can I do for you? What can you tell me about the murder that took place here? Not much, really. We know it was about 3 hours ago, and we know that her eyes have been surgically removed. Didn't need Dresden to figure that much out. He's been looking at the body, though, so he might have more. Me, I've been scanning the rest of the scene looking for witnesses, but no luck so far. Damn river might as well be a ghost. I take it you and McCluskey don't exactly see eye to eye? Let's just say McCluskey and I have conflicting interests. Do you have any leads on the Ripper that I should know about? Ah, plenty if you ask McCluskey, but the truth is we're as clueless as you probably are. Thank you for your time, officer. Hey, hold on a minute there. You haven't put in a donation for the Lonely Orphans Fund. The Lowly Orphans Fund? Yeah, see, you make a contribution to the fund, I put you on a list and let you know the next time we find any orphans that you might be interested in. Well, I'm always interested in finding about any new orphans you discover. Excellent. Shall we say 300 new yen? Even 100 new yen would make a big difference for an orphan these days. He makes a face. Yeah, well, some orphans have more expensive taste than others. 200. You can take it or leave it. Deal. His face flips into a wide grin. Excellent. I'll start an account for you. We get any useful new leads on the Ripper, I'll give you a call. Now, I better get back to work before McCluskey shows up. See you around. Alright, let's finish talking to this elf guy over here. He looks sinister. The elf standing before you may quite possibly be the ugliest elf you've ever seen. His meticulously clean lab coat, format jacket, and an old-fashioned bow tie give him the look of an undertaker from centuries past. He notices you approach and locks eyes with you, smiling a thin, unnerving smile. Hello there, stranger. Might I inquire? Do you know which organ grinder's facility this body will be removed to? Why would you want to know something like that? The elf giggles. A strange, high-pitched warble you would not expect to emerge from his misshapen face. Oh, just a hobby. Never mind that, though. A good evening to you and your friend the coroner. Oh, he's definitely the killer. Alright, let's finish up talking with Dresden. Did you notice a particularly ugly elf standing over there? Huh? Where? Dresden scans the spectators surrounding the scene. He's gone now, but he was asking about the body, wondering which organ grinder's facility it will be taken to. Interesting. Well, those who might be interested in purchasing some of her parts, sure, but that's pretty poor form to inquire at the site of a murder. An ugly elf, huh? I'll check it out. Shouldn't be hard to spot if he comes back around. Sergeant Aguirre over there seems pretty friendly. Can I trust him? He chuckles. Yeah, that sounds about right. Any opportunity to get McCluskey's way, in McCluskey's way, he'll take it. A bit sleazy, sure, but I'd take Aguirre over McCluskey any day of the week. Thanks, Dresden. Anytime. Why is there silk? Normally that goes away. Let's look at this body here. Lying on the pavement is the body of a young female. Her eyes have gouged cleanly out, and you notice a string of bite marks along her left arm. A human female. What about the bite marks on her arm? Ah, completely unrelated. Appears some wild dogs dragged the body out of here from the alley sometime after her death. Right, sure it's unrelated. Alright. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. And if you like this, just give a like. Subscribe if you like. See you later.